Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hi,
man.
how are you? That doesn't look like Palm
That is not
Springs.
Palm Springs at all.
No, I'm in Montana today.
Oh,
But a big congrats on Montana's story. It's visually and emotionally satisfying.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
You guys are so welcome. Let's begin with the basics, though. What got you guys interested in first writing the script and then directing the film? Let's begin with you, Mr. David.
Sure. I mean, we were working on another film when the pandemic hit, something that had an adaptation of a book called The Friend that had to be put down because of the pandemic. And we kept thinking that it was going to get back on its feet. And by the end of June of that year, we realized that wasn't going to happen. And we felt compelled to write another script, and we were thinking about things that were going on for us personally and going on in the world politically and whatnot. And that's sort of where the ideas and the themes for this story came from. It started with the germ of an idea of two siblings returning to young brother and sister returning to a ranch, returning to a place that they hadn't been for a while, and their estrangement and what that might mean, what it was about. The themes about consequence and forgiveness, and it just sort of grew from there. Montana was a little bit of a arbitrary choice at first because it could have been in other places in the West, but Montana seemed so, in our imaginations, such a I know, in the broadest sense, romantic place.
Oh,
And so we started working it from there.
Oh, it invokes a lot of lyricism, a lot of Western stuff. But Mr. Scott, so I love both Owen and Haley Lou Richardson here. How did you guys zero in on them as siblings?
Haley was somebody we've been talking to about this other project that couldn't be shot during the pandemic. So we were thinking about her from the beginning. Owen was an actor who we'd never really been aware of his work before, and he did a cold audition. He was staying with his, during the pandemic. He was with his parents. He did an audition from his attic with his own equipment. Sent it into our casting director. It was one of two auditions we saw, and we knew he was the guy. He was, we'd been talking a lot about that kind of, archetypal character from Western films that we loved, was kind of sensitive guy who's struggling with emotional problems, and he just really fit the bill. And so the big question mark was, okay, we bring these two people together. We haven't met either of them. They've never met each other. We're all going to meet in Montana and see what happens.
Like, will they feel like a brother and sister? It was hard to know, and they just walked right into it. So.
Oh, no, you know what? I love, like I said earlier, it's visually expressive. I mean, each frame tells a story. What or who were some of your inspirations, Mr. David?
Oh my gosh, there's so many inspirations. I think in terms of talking about inspiration, I would talk about kinds of movies more than anything in particular, because we thought a lot. We have thought, like many other filmmakers, about melodramas from the mid 20th century, American melodramatic stories. And we were thinking about those stories, stories where people have either hold a secret or aren't able to communicate in one way or another, and bringing them together in that way where they want to talk but they can't talk, and they don't know how to share what is really in their hearts. Yeah, that's sort of what was inspiring us.
And finally, one quick question, Mr. Scott. The film Montana Story opens on May 13th. What do you hope for viewers to get after watching the film?
Wow. This is the theme of the movie that we were really talking about while making it is what does it mean to think about home? Like, what does it mean to be at home, to leave home, to call someplace home, and it's how to kind of think about that now, as a national conversation, even as we're struggling with our history and thinking about a way forward. I hope we can be a part of that conversation.
Oh, great answers. Great film again. A big congrats on Montana's Story. It goes right for your eyes and your heart. So thank you.
Thank you, Manny.
Lovely
Appreciate
talking.
it.